hat for hap around the house. And what we have here is the WASR. Love them or hate them. I love them. I like them. They throw lead down range really well. But that's not really what we're talking about. We're talking about making furniture. We have a piece of apple wood that my son and I just kind of squirted off, and I let him go wild with his imagination, and this is what he came up with. It looks really nice. Come out really good. He did all the contouring, and he's got a lot of work to do to get all the little divots out that happen when you're carving. But I'll show you the tools that we're using over here. Just a couple basic tools. For you, those of you that haven't had any exposure to apple wood, this is super hard wood. It's really grainy, and there's a lot of, you can see the imperfections. It's really beautiful wood. We're going to try to make this fit into that AK, and this is what we're using. We've got the ProTech little bandsaw, and you take a piece of log, do your best on the first cut, and then you'll have a nice straight area to, to run it back and forth. You gotta go really slow. This is hard, it's dense. It also gum up your blade a little bit if you're not careful. I've been putting a little silicone on it to keep it from sticking. You'll get like a resin on there from the wood. Even though it's super dry, it builds up. That's what we're using to square it off. And in fact, that piece of wood right there, this apple wood, it's going to be used for the top handrail. That's the one that I'll probably end up doing. It was really hard to get his ass down here, but once he was down here for 3 or 4 hours carving this out. Because he was a pig in poop, I tell you. But what we was using next, and this was the one that I showed him on the saw too. The saw, I was, I'm kind of concerned about the saw, but a little bit of common sense, and you're not going to really hurt yourself on a little saw, like on any saw. A little bit of common sense. This is a lot more dangerous because this spins, and I don't know how many RPMs, but it hauls. It really moves, and it'll take your fingernails off in a blink of an eye. So I watched him a lot longer on this one because of the damage it can do. You cut your finger off on the other saw, obviously. This one is more, it seems like it'll sneak up and bite you. I've brushed it just barely with my knuckles a couple times over the years on different, when I was working at, in the shop, you'll have tools, and once in a while you'll brush it a little bit, and it wakes you up. You got to respect these tools. So, of course, safety glasses. When we have some tool that can throw something into your eyeball, safety glasses are really what you need. And I demand that he wears them, and he wears them religiously now. But he took this, and he, kind of did his deal on it, and that got it to a rough shape. Okay, not to where he is now with this. What he used to do that was this oscillating tool. And this is just a little Chicago Electric $19 Harbor Freight deal. And it works really well. It really does. What he used was this, which is either carbide or diamond. I can't remember. I bought a whole set. In fact, I've got a video. Maybe I'll put it in the description below. It tells you all about it. There's a whole bunch of different blades that you can get, but he used this one and just put it in the oscillator and bzz, 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 and it cut all the pieces off. He also used a blade, and I'll show you the blade too. Got my toolbox over here. I think he used this one right here, this blade right here, and you put that in your oscillating tool, and you can contour it fairly. You can rough it in. It looked like it was going to be a handle, and you got to be careful. Like I said, it'll leave divots if you're not too careful. But now what he's in for is sanding, and that might be why he doesn't want to come down here, because sanding is more boring than anything else. So maybe I'll have to. I don't know if I'll finish this or if he will. I hope he does. It'd be nice for him to follow through on it and get it to fit, because it looks nice. I think it looks really nice. Of course, he used the respirator too because he didn't like dust. I kind of like the smell of apple wood. It's sweet when it gets warm, and on that it'll burn a little bit, and you can smell it. It's sweet like pipe tobacco almost. But this is what it looks like, and this is what we're up to. If you like our videos, go ahead and subscribe. Oh, also, to bore it, we have that borehole that's off center. I told him it was off center. He didn't want to hear it, but it is off center. He's going to have to find a way to rectify that. I don't know how he's going to do that. But to bore it, we were using this. It's called a Irwin micro dial, and this is old. This is from the 50s or 60s. I picked it up at an estate sale, but this is what it looks like. It's adjustable, and we just went over and measured the barrel and put the correct measurement in there, and you can adjust it to however wide you want your hole. And it works really well. The only thing is that it came with a triangle on the back for the male portion of it on the shaft here, and it has to fit into a particular female. I don't know if it was a drill or what it was to accept that, but I just chopped it off. I just cut it off, and now it fits into my Hitachi drill, and that works really well. You just put it in the vise over here. Got a vise, little 4-inch vise, I think, and you put a couple pieces of wood on either side, clamp it down in there, and you can do all your work. Hold it nice and tight, but he'll have to come down here and finish it. I'll give you a kind of a close-up what this baby looks like if this camera will adjust. Let me turn it. That's burnt because I think that he was putting too much pressure on that oscillating tool and burned it a little bit. And that might be why he doesn't want to come back down here, is because sanding isn't the most fun you can have. It's not a big party. But that's what we're up to. If you like our channel, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.